Tonight on KION, fire officials are warning of increased fire danger with the combination of fireworks and dry conditions this week. What you need to know to stay safe during the holiday celebrations. Plus, as the Central Coast braces for the heat, we talk with farm workers about the steps they're taking to keep themselves safe outdoors. And the heat wave begins today with areas under heat alerts and seeing triple-digit temperatures. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca has more on those hot spots and how long the heat is here to stay. Also, a look at the influx of people flocking to the area in search of cooler coastal conditions. KION News at 5 starts right now.
KION News Channel 46 starts now with a weather alert.
We're taking a live look from Santa Cruz tonight, where you can see people flocking to the coast for relief as a heat wave hits the Central Coast this week. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KION News at 5. We begin with those rising temperatures we're seeing with multiple alerts in place across our area tonight. We have team coverage with KION's Danya Romero telling us how the heat is increasing the potential dangers of illegal fireworks. Our Brianna Matha has been speaking with people heading to the coast for some cooler temperatures. But first, we're going straight to our chief meteorologist, Dan Cianca, who's tracking the heat wave. Hey there, Dan.
Hey there, Austin. I think for many folks out there today, you're sitting near the coast and thinking, well, it's really not all that warm out here today. Maybe it's warm but not hot. And that may be the case for us on the coast for most of the week. Notice most coastal areas are not under a heat alert. This is really for our inland friends. And that's a lot of inland friends. And some of the language we're talking about seems somewhat dramatic, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is this is going to be a long duration heat event. We're looking at temperatures in the 90s, 100s, in some cases approaching later this week, 115 degrees in some of our inland valleys, maybe even a little bit hotter in some areas. Up in the mountains, temperatures aren't going to be dipping below 70 degrees at night, not allowing you to cool your home. So yes, we're being dramatic for a reason. Heat is the #1 killer, weather-related killer in the United States, more than any other weather-related type of activity. And this is going to cause some issues over this course of this week. The heat alerts have now been extended all the way through next Tuesday. That's a week from now. So the temperatures we're seeing inland today will get even warmer over the next couple days and then stay that way through the weekend. So that is the big concern with this event. Now, the coast, we might occasionally get hot, occasionally get warm, but day to day, you're still going to have the sea breeze to cool you off and keep things a little bit more mild. We also have fire alerts in place. The fire danger really increasing with this heat and dry air in place. Red flag warning already in place for the Santa Cruz Mountains here for the next couple of days. We still have some dry northerly winds on top of the hot, dry conditions. And then a fire weather watch for the areas shaded in orange here. That is for Friday through Sunday. We'll have some wind there on top of the extremely hot and dry conditions. Now today, most areas warmed up a little bit, except on the coast. It's a little bit cooler in Santa Cruz. The wind shifted a bit today, so there is some relief on the coast for us today. We're going to talk about the rest of the week, how hot it could get, plus we'll get your local forecast coming up.
Looking forward to hearing more. Thank you so much, Dan. And as temperatures climb, crews are battling the airline fire burning in a grassy area south of Piscinas in San Benito County. CAL FIRE BEU says it's almost at 250 acres with a potential for 1,000. No structures are threatened at this hour, but one firefighter suffered heat exhaustion and had to be pulled from the area. We will continue keeping an eye on the fire and will bring you the latest information as it becomes available. Tonight, the heat, dry conditions, and fireworks are all a concern for the risk of fires this week. CAL FIRE says so far this year, we're seeing a 6,000% increase in fire activity compared to this time last year. KION's Danya Romero reports on the risk that fireworks bring during the dangerous weather.
Fireworks plus a heat wave this week equals high fire danger on the Central Coast.
It's the heat that is here with the holiday. We're experiencing what is a very warm trend, temperatures in the 100 degrees, windy, and then mix that with potential sparks in the grass.
With the 4th of July a couple of days away, fireworks stands could be seen setting up Tuesday morning, with people outside waiting to get their hands on safe and sane fireworks.
Always use safe and sane fireworks. They're safer. These in particular don't make any noise, which I love because they won't scare him, they won't scare the cats, and they don't risk burning anyone's house down.
With triple-digit heat expected in many parts of the Central Coast this week, CAL FIRE says even safe and sane fireworks are sparking concern. They say if you do plan on lighting them up, they recommend doing so kind of like where I'm at right now, away from homes and dry grass.
There's a number of safe and sane fireworks booths throughout the county, but even those have the potential to be bad if used in the wrong areas. If they find that receptive fuel bed, you're just asking for a fire to start.
According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, 9,700 injuries and 8 deaths were caused by fireworks last year. This fireworks stand in Salinas has already sold several of those safe and sane fireworks.
We've sold about $17,000 so far.
Although they do pose a risk, Noelle says she's using extra precaution.
It does make me anxious because, we have a home too, and I just don't want anything to happen to us or our neighbors or anybody. Definitely. Or my little son who's wandering into the street right now. Come here, Atticus.
CAL FIRE tells me so far this year they have responded to 67 fires, which they say is busier than usual. Now they tell me they will be fully staffed with additional resources for this week. For now, reporting in Salinas, Dania Romero, KION News Channel 46.
Definitely want everyone to stay safe out there this holiday. And staying in Salinas, we're learning a man lost one of his limbs to an illegal fireworks accident yesterday, according to the police and fire department. Police say the man was screaming and flagging down cars near Independence and East Baranda. When paramedics arrived, they found he was missing his right hand. He also had shrapnel in his face and chest and was bleeding from both ears. The victim was in shock and could only respond to paramedics saying, quote, bad fireworks. Salinas police say they were unable to get more information from the victim or find the scene of the incident. Meanwhile, local law enforcement agencies are continuing to crack down on illegal fireworks. Seaside police seizing over 300 pounds today during a probation search on the 1600 block of Goodwin Street. The department says it remains serious about enforcement and is keeping tabs on neighborhoods already setting off illegal fireworks. And as we move through this week, the Central Coast continues to brace for high temperatures. One group directly impacted by the heat are farm workers. KION's Natalie Gutierrez has more on how they stay protected from the rising temperatures.
The sun is not even out, and these farm workers outside of Salinas are working. They've started working at 5:30 in the morning since last week, so they're not working in scorching temperatures. Delia Moran, who has been a farm worker for more than 12 years, says what she does is not easy, especially in the heat. Well, during the course of the day, when you go to work, you start getting headaches because of the heat. Moran says throughout the years of her working in the heat, she's seen a lot of unfortunate things happen to people. One time, a girl went to the bathroom and didn't come out anymore. And another time, a girl fell and she had high blood pressure and she started to get very agitated. And to prevent those things from happening to other farm workers, Cal OSHA has regulations for outdoor workplaces. They require employers to take steps to prevent heat illness. Those requirements include providing water, shade, and rest. Something that Moran and her co-workers definitely do. Delia's supervisor says when they work in high temperatures, they take a break of 15 minutes every 2.5 hours. If the temperature goes above 85 degrees, they will take a break before that time or will even stop working. Practically, we have trainings where they inform us what to do in case of a high temperature. The Biden administration proposed a new rule on Tuesday to address excessive heat in the workplace. The Associated Press says that this measure comes as tens of millions of Americans are under heat advisories. If finalized, the measure would help to protect workers from injuries related to heat exposure on the job, establishing the first major federal standard. For people like Santoyo, he thinks more needs to be done for farm workers, like building better quality housing. There are so many people who live in critical conditions, in unstable conditions, in conditions that you can't be living in. In Salinas, Natalie Gutierrez, KION News Channel 46.
Last year, an estimated 2,300 people nationwide died from heat-related illness. Now, multiple cooling centers are now open in Monterey County to help people stay safe during the heat wave. They're located in Carmel Valley, King City, San Ardo, San Lucas, Greenfield, and Soledad. All of them will be open today through Saturday. And for a list of their hours and addresses, you can find those on our website. That's newschannel46.com. Well, one way people are trying to stay cool is by heading over to the beach. KION's Brianna Mathaw is live in Santa Cruz by the ocean as people are trying to cool off. Brianna, really seems like the place to be today. How's it looking out there?
It is the place to be. It's actually cooling off right now. There's a little bit of wind, but the sun is still out and shining, and scorching temperatures are likely to be the norm for the next past couple of days on the Central Coast right here. So throughout the day, more and more people could be seen visiting the beach from other parts of the region. This includes people from the San Jose and Santa Cruz mountains.
Well, she's been planning on visiting, so I was keeping an eye on the weather, and I saw it was going to be really, really hot when she was out, so I was just trying to plan some things that would help get us out of the heat. And I've actually come down to Santa Cruz the past 2 days, because yesterday we went hiking in the Henry Cowell Redwoods, and today we came down to the boardwalk.
Many areas are bracing themselves for the excessive heat starting today, Tuesday, and lasting throughout Friday. To find some relief, many people I spoke to came down to the beach. Now coming up in our 5:30, I spoke to more visitors here on the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk on how they are finding ways to cool down as the temperature climbs. Reporting here in Santa Cruz, Brianna Mathaw, KION News, Channel 46.
I'm sure a popular destination this week. Thank you so much, Brianna. Now, we checked in with Santa Cruz and San Benito counties about whether any cooling centers will be open this week. Officials say the answer is no as of now, but that could change if the temperatures rise higher than expected. The Santa Cruz County Sheriff's Office is asking for the community's help tonight finding a UC Santa Cruz student who's been missing for 3 weeks. Deputies say 31-year-old Caitlin Sutton was last seen in Eureka on June 10th. She's approximately 5 foot 5 inches tall with brown hair, green eyes, and has a small tattoo on the inner part of her left wrist. She's believed to be driving a black Toyota 4Runner with the license plate number you see there on your screen. Anyone who knows where Caitlin might be is asked to contact the sheriff's office. Well, in recent years, the number of whales swimming in San Francisco Bay has increased dramatically, often with tragic results. Coming up, how scientists are working to better understand why. And before we go, taking a live look out through our Mount Toro camera on this Tuesday evening. That heat wave just getting started today, and we will be checking in with our chief meteorologist, Dan Cianca, to see how long that heat is here to stay. Your time right now is 5:10. I'm Austin Castro, and you're watching KION News Channel 46 at 5.